In this video, I'm going to talk about if it's necessary to have any type of healthcare experience or credentials in order to start your own residential assisted living or behavioral health or sober living. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serg. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown me. I do greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't, make sure to subscribe and check out Legion Assisted Living Academy, where I've created a program from A to Z, how to start your own residential assisted living. And also, if you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation call with myself, you can do that in the link down below. It will be $150 for 30 minutes. And also, if you're looking to passively invest or grow your operations or look to sell your facility, make sure to go check out valleyalfventures.com. That will also be down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. So many people have the misconception of the fact that they need credentials or some type of healthcare experience in order to get into this industry. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the case, but there are some things that you need to be aware of if that's you and you end up getting into this industry without any credentials or healthcare experience. So let's talk through that. Now, there are pros to it, right? And that's kind of the fact that you can be hands off, you can buy into a system or buy an existing facility that already has the staffing in place, it's already got the residents in place, it's got the income generating going for it. Or you can buy into a franchise, which allows you to already take over a system and you can start implementing and growing that way. Now, is that something that makes sense for you? That's a question you have to ask yourself and be aware of. So the issue with being a hands-off or even being an out-of-state owner-operator or somebody who doesn't have credentials or even the experience is the fact that if something happens within that business, right? Let's say you take over an existing facility, for instance, and you have a manager or an administrator that comes with that system that you end up buying, right? You take over a home, it's already got staffing in place. But if that administrator or manager ends up leaving for whatever reason, right? Or ends up quitting, or they're just underperforming and you have to let them go, well, you have to be able to step in and make sure you get somebody else in there or yourself if you have your credentials, which is in this case, you wouldn't because that's who I'm talking about, right? You'd have to go and make sure that you can find somebody to replace that manager or that administrator. And usually if you're out of state, it's not in your own backyard. So you usually don't have as good of a network if that's the case, if you're not doing it in your own backyard. So that's something to really consider. Now, if you got a franchise, in most cases, that franchise is probably going to require you to move within the location that you're looking to start in. I don't think in most cases they'll let you do it out of state. But if it's just you and your owner operator and you're doing this solo, that you can definitely do. So there's stuff that you need to be aware of. And also, you want to make sure that if you are out of state, that you got a good network, like I mentioned. And if you don't have a good network, that could come and actually bite you in the butt. So if you go down the franchise model, that's going to help you a ton because usually that franchise will have other operators within their franchise, within their network that will be able to assist you. And so depending on where you're at and what you're looking to do, definitely consider all these factors. Now, if you are going to be somebody who doesn't have the experience or the credentials, but you still want to get into this and start something, I have a few recommendations. My recommendation is that if you're going to do it like that, make sure it's in your own backyard. Do not try to do it out of state. When you do that, you kind of give yourself more work and it's going to be more of a headache than it is going to be a blessing in most cases. And so make sure that you do it in your own backyard, and meaning in the city that you live in, right? Not quite literally. But if you're also going to be doing that, make sure to actually go out there and network. Go meet people within the industry. Go meet with other managers. Go meet with other administrators. And make sure that you're building out your network. Because like I mentioned, if you hire somebody or you took something over, you can actually replace them essentially. You can actually hire somebody in case that situation arises. But in most cases, people don't have the experience and they don't have the willingness to go get their certifications or their licenses. So that is kind of where Valley ALF Ventures has provided that solution to still allow people to get involved within this industry, but more on the real estate side of things, because that's a great asset class that you can get into that minimizes your risk. You're taking on a lot of risk when you're trying to start something and you don't have any of that experience or certification, and you have to be okay with that risk. If that's something that you're okay with, then you are more than, you can make your own decision about how you move forward. But at the end of the day, you just want to be careful and not go into something without realizing what you're getting yourself into. And so I always recommend that people go volunteer at other assisted livings or care homes within your area that you're looking to potentially buy into or get into. So go volunteer, go see what it's all about, go meet with other operators who are in your area, see if they'd be willing to work with you. And in exchange, maybe they help you with the licensing. Maybe they give you a great connection with somebody that you really are going to utilize, whether it be for your paperwork, for your policies and procedures. These are different ways you can actually do it for less of a cost to you and less of a risk. This is something, if you're going to do, you're going to be wanting to do more due diligence on and really put a lot of effort into. And another thing is, definitely get a mentor. Definitely talk to people. Like I mentioned, go volunteer, go do these different things, but don't just go in it blindly. Okay. Try to do some research, consume this content, consume other people's content if they have it available, and try to learn from them, because there's a lot of mistakes that people make when they get into it. And that's what I did. I got into this industry without any type of mentorship, without any type of guidance. And I just had to learn the hard way, but not a lot of people can afford to do that or have the time to do that. And so with that being said, though, make sure that you do your due diligence and you talk to multiple people. I just wanted to answer that question because I do often get that, is, do you need any type of experience or credentials? And you don't, but I recommend that you get some type of credentials or you have some type of experience. You may be able to go get your certification first as a manager and administrator and actually manage someone else's facility. That's a great way to get involved in this industry and learn the ins and outs of it. And to be able to get certified or even licensed does not cost a lot of money. It's kind of, you cost maybe, $1,000, $2,000, still a lot of money. But in most cases, you're not having to pay for like a degree. And it depends what state you're in. But in most cases, that is what you want to probably do, especially if you're looking to get in this industry. And that way you build up your experience, you get your certification, and you can actually go into this knowing exactly what you're stepping into. And so with that being said, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're looking to passively invest or expand your operations or looking to sell any of your facilities, let me know. Go check out valleyalfventures.com, and I will talk to you all in the next one.